What if I told you that the narcissist who seems so bold, so arrogant, and so untouchable is actually afraid of you? Yes, behind that fake confidence, behind that smug smirk, lies a deep, paralyzing fear. A fear they will never admit. A fear that keeps them up at night. And the most shocking part? You don't even have to do anything extreme to trigger it. Stay with me because, by the end of this video, you will understand the terrifying truth about why narcissists fear you more than you ever realized. Number 1. You see through their illusions. Narcissists craft illusions so masterfully that most people fall right into their web of deception. They wear masks of confidence, charm, and superiority, making everyone believe they are powerful and in control. But you see through it. You notice the cracks in their perfect image, the forced laughter, the exaggerated stories, the subtle contradictions. You see how their confidence wavers when challenged, how their charm turns cold when they don't get their way. And the moment you stop buying into their act, something shifts. Their energy changes. They start acting uneasy around you, avoiding eye contact, or overcompensating with even more arrogance. Why? Because they know you've figured them out. Imagine a magician who has spent years performing the same tricks, fooling crowds effortlessly, until one day, someone in the audience sees the strings behind the illusion. That magician wouldn't just be embarrassed, they'd be terrified. They'd try to discredit you, silence you, or even turn the crowd against you. This is exactly how a narcissist reacts when they realize you see the truth about them. They fear exposure, and nothing shakes them more than someone who isn't fooled by their lies. So, if you ever notice a narcissist suddenly acting defensive, aggressive, or strangely distant around you, take it as a sign. You've become their biggest fear. Number 2, you hold the power to expose them. A narcissist's greatest fear isn't rejection, losing money, or even being alone. It's being exposed. Their entire existence is built on a carefully crafted illusion of superiority, charm, and control. But what happens when someone like you sees through the act and holds the power to reveal their truth? Panic, fear, desperation. Imagine a con artist who has scammed an entire town for years, convincing everyone they're a generous philanthropist. But one day, a single person discovers undeniable proof of their fraud. That con artist won't just ignore them. They'll do everything possible to discredit, silence, or even destroy them before the truth gets out. This is exactly how a narcissist operates. The moment they realize you could expose their lies, their abuse, their double life, they go into survival mode. They may start spreading false rumors about you, gaslighting you into questioning your own reality, or even playing the victim to make sure no one believes you. But deep down, they know the truth is fragile, and one crack in their mask could bring their entire world crashing down. That's why they fear you more than anyone else. You are the one person they can't fool, and that makes you the biggest threat to their fabricated reality. Number 3, you refuse to be controlled. A narcissist thrives on control. It's their oxygen, their weapon, their lifeline. But what happens when you refuse to be controlled? When you stop reacting to their manipulation, their guilt trips, their silent treatments, they panic, they lash out, they scramble to regain their grip on you because, without control, they feel powerless. Imagine a puppeteer who has spent years mastering their craft, pulling the strings, making their puppet dance exactly how they want. But one day, the puppet cuts its own strings. Suddenly, the narcissist is standing there, holding nothing but empty air, their performance ruined. This is their worst nightmare. They'll try everything. love bombing you with fake kindness, playing the victim, even provoking you into a reaction, because as long as you respond, they still have control. But when you don't, when you stand firm, unshaken, and indifferent, that terrifies them more than anything. They don't just fear losing control over you, they fear what it means, that they were never truly powerful to begin with. And deep down, they know it. Number 4, you represent their inner weaknesses. A narcissist spends their entire life running from one terrifying truth. They are deeply flawed, insecure, and empty inside. But when they meet someone like you, someone strong, self-aware, and emotionally stable, it shatters their illusion of superiority. You don't even have to call them out directly. Just existing as a confident, kind, and genuine person is enough to send them into silent panic. Imagine a crooked businessman who brags about his wealth and success, always trying to appear untouchable. But then, someone truly successful enters the room. Someone who earned their success honestly, without deception. The businessman's confidence suddenly wavers. His voice gets shaky, and he starts trying too hard to prove himself. This is what happens when a narcissist is around you. You unknowingly reflect back to them everything they wish they were but can never be. Authentic, emotionally secure, and capable of real love. And deep down, they know they can't fake what you naturally have. That realization eats them alive, making them act out, belittle you, or try to break you. Because if they can make you doubt yourself, they don't have to face their own unbearable truth. But no matter what they do, the fear remains. You are proof that they are nothing more than a hollow illusion. Number 5, you can move on, and they can't. A narcissist's greatest nightmare isn't losing you, it's watching you move on without them. Because while you heal, grow, and rebuild your life, they remain trapped in the same toxic cycle, desperately seeking new victims to fill the void they refuse to face. Imagine 2 people walking away from a burning house. One of them looks back, devastated but determined to start over, while the other stands frozen, staring at the flames, unable to move. That's the narcissist. They can't move forward because they are forever bound to their own emptiness, their own need for validation, their own inability to change. They might pretend to be happy, flaunting a new relationship or acting like they've upgraded. But beneath the surface, they're haunted by the fact that you have what they never will: freedom. They'll stalk your social media, try to provoke a reaction, or even reappear in your life with fake remorse, not because they love you, but because they can't stand the idea that you've escaped, and they never will. You moving on is proof that they were never as powerful as they wanted you to believe, and that realization terrifies them more than anything. Powerful closing statement. So the next time a narcissist acts overly confident around you, remember, it's all a performance. Beneath their arrogance is fear. Beneath their superiority is deep insecurity. And beneath their fake power is their silent terror of you. Now, the question is, what will you do with this power? Will you let their fear control you, or will you rise above and reclaim your strength? Drop a comment below if you've ever noticed a narcissist secretly afraid of you. Let's expose their truth together.